Welcome guys, we do music. We write scores, we produce, we prepare stuff for live musicians, for our bands and guests in the studio. But how to get started and how to finish. In this video I want to talk about finishing work, getting it done, wrapping it up, getting it on the ground so we can move on to the next endeavor. Hit the subscribe button gently and stay tuned. Whether you have time pressure and the conductor is knocking your door for the scores, or nobody's asking because it's a private project, getting things done is so essential. Why is that? Not only to fulfill our contracts and agreements, but also to free the mind and move on to the next thing. Do you know how many unfinished projects I have on my hard drives? Too many to count. And guess what happens to them? Nothing, ever, never. I suppose everyone knows that, especially thinking, oh, in a couple of months or years you're gonna pick that up or gonna pick this up, but truth is, you will not do it. Let me know in the comments how you feel about your lost babies, your abandoned projects, and if you ever picked up something successfully. Of course I did it sometimes, but truth is, if it ain't done now, it's never gonna be done. I am the only one to kick my ass. Nobody will do that for me. Now that's the bitter truth. So let's get kicking so our mind is free and easy. We have the ultimate feeling of success. We can write it into our Vita, our list of done projects. We can show it to people and essentially it enriches our experience and our careers. Before I share my tips on how to finish projects, grab a coffee. It's gonna be hot, but make sure to subscribe to my channel and let me know what else you want me to talk about. Alright, first things first, expectations. When starting a project, I try to align my visions with my capabilities. Alright, I align my visions with my capabilities. If the visions are too high, things can go south easily and frustration is unavoidable. For that we need a proper plan. I love to do production plans for my project, writing down stuff I have to do, creating work packages, knowing if I need help from others and at what point exactly, knowing the time schedule and time horizon so I can meet any deadlines. I do not have to accomplish everything myself. Sometimes it feels amazing to share work and ask friends to help out or even pay professionals for their contribution. Important is to tell people what to do as exactly as possible. Also make sure the terms are clear and there are no misunderstandings regarding their contribution, usage rights, payments and royalties. Be fair and generous with everyone. The life cycle of a project. It's like letting it breathe. First phase is brainstorming. So I get the job, I get the commission. Then it's growing in my head already. Things fall in place sometimes already and I think of instrumentation, sounds, mood, aesthetics and what I'm going to do. Not only for the job but also for me artistically. So what's in it for me in my artistic vision. Then comes the planning phase. I collect my sounds, my material. I love to do that with spreadsheets. Writing down all the possibilities I have and what tools I'm gonna use. Production is when I'm actually doing things. Composing, producing, whatever is to be done. Recording, editing, overdubbing, throwing away things, reworking, rebrushing, writing scores, doing research on sounds, meeting with musicians, talking about the project, all these things. Okay? When I'm halfway through, when I'm 2/3 through, or maybe I'm at the end, usually there comes a point where I know now I need a pause. I try to work on another project or do nothing for at least some days. Sometimes it's weeks where I don't touch this project. It depends on the time schedule. Sometimes I do not have the time for that and I have to say it's a pity. Always, it's essential, especially for projects with a larger scope. It's really important to rest, let it rest. Because when I come back to it, I rework and finish it. After this pause, I have a bit of a distance. Sometimes I do not know what I meant. I have the view of an outside person and try to understand and remember what I was thinking. If it's not clear, I change things, I make them clear. Especially when writing scores, you write some special sound or some behavior on the stage, and then you read it and you find out, oh, actually nobody would understand it. So this is the point, to change things, to make people understand. Sometimes a whole passage is missing, maybe the beginning, maybe the end. Sometimes I remix stuff. I prolong a passage, I shorten it. When I hear that it needs more development, I just double it. You know, I just work over that like a music director. I do actual music now. I evaluate the piece, have not so much emotional binding to it. And this is not about composer's ego now. It's about the music and the sound only. Killing my darlings. This, in fact, is one of my favorite work steps, and it can last as long as the production phase. So, wrapping it up, relentlessly working towards the end, the goal lies on the prize. Remember, every project not finished has only half the value. The last remark I want to make is I'm gentle with myself. At least I really try. When the juices are not flowing as they should, I relax, I go outside, I play with my kids, I do some office work, I write an application or whatever. Because I know tomorrow is another day and then it will happen. This is okay for me because I have never missed a deadline, so things will fall into place for sure. And if it's 3 days and nights before the deadline, so it's going to be really busy 3 days and nights. So I learned not to push myself and punish myself if it's not the right day. Let's be gentle with ourselves, but still relentless. So people, I guess this deserves a like and a subscription. All the best for your projects, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. All the best, happy producing, and bye bye.